I saw AD said something because you had Snoopy Badass on.
Yeah,
who
he wants special treatment because Snoopy Badass had a video where he basically said that, like, and this is a long time ago because I did an interview with Snoopy like 2 years ago, and AD wasn't there or anything, and like Snoopy had a video where he basically said that AD was blocking him from going on No Jumper, and that AD is just a hater because, you know, Snoopy's the real king of Compton or whatever the fuck he said. So when I had Snoopy on the other day, I asked him what was up with that video, you saying that you would fuck AD up or whatever. And I guess, you know, AD like last night did this whole song and dance, acting like the victim, acting like, oh, that's so fucked up that I would ask this dude about him. So just for the record, I am one of the greatest hip hop podcasters to ever live. And if you think that I'm going to have a motherfucker on the show and not ask him about the beef that he previously had with someone who was a host on the channel, A, you're not paying attention to what I've been doing for all these years, because that is 100% what I do. If I have an interview with a rapper that hates Bootleg Kev tomorrow, I'm going to probably make it clear in the course of the interview, like, yeah, I fuck with Bootleg Kev, but I'm going to say, so why you hate Bootleg Kev?
Yeah.
That's normal. That's what everybody does. AD, like, I don't know why he like thinks he needs like special treatment, but I think the reality is that he probably isn't even actually bothered by what I said in the interview with Snoopy Badass. He just does like 4 streams a week, and he needs topics and he needs stuff to talk about. And so that probably seemed like something that would be good clickbait.
Right.
And that's not like, people just, you see people become this weird version of themselves, and they start faking fights, and they start faking beefs, and they start, you know, creating beefs out of nothing or whatever. And it's like, I don't know. Like, I saw like a 2-minute clip of his stream in the Reddit, and I just didn't even think about responding. It just seems so
I was going to say,
stupid.
I think he said that you guys were like cordial.
We've had some text conversations since then and everything. But like, okay, why do we have a text conversation when I was in Florence about to get married? Is because his cousin came on one of the No Jumper panels, and then AD did a whole stream talking about, you know, if I'm not fucking with Adam, then you, or if you're my cousin, you shouldn't go on No Jumper or whatever. And I hit him up. I sent him like, you know, a couple of texts just being like, bro, I didn't know you had a problem with this fucking guy. Like, what do you, like, but again, it's like, he needed some clickbait. He needed something to talk about that week. So you see how AD, even being who he is, he just is, I don't know, it's like weird. Like, oh, you could have just texted me and said, like, why'd you interview my cousin? Instead, you do a 3-hour live stream about it. And, you know, but that's why I kind of feel bad for these guys, because it's like they feel like they have to talk about me to get views and to get people to pay attention, because that's all of their most viral content has just been talking about me.
Well, I think Lush said that. I think Lush is like, this is what y'all want, so I'm going to keep doing it.
Lush did a whole video swearing that he wasn't going to talk about me anymore and thanking me for the positive impact out on his career and everything. And then he interviews somebody else that I don't fuck with, and he said, like, hey, I really tried to stop talking about No Jumper.
But this is what y'all want.
But you guys don't watch my shit unless I talk about No Jumper, so I'm talking about No Jumper. Now, the difference between Lush talking about No Jumper and not talking about No Jumper is he'll get like 1,000 views on an average stream, and then he'll talk about No Jumper and he'll get like 10,000. Okay, so yes, that is a 10x multiplier, but still, you're a grown-ass man getting 10,000 views on your live stream.
Have you guys chatted at all?
I mean, he tries to hit me up and stuff, and it's like, bro, I just don't fuck with you.
Because I had him on, and he went off on me on some fucking podcast, and then I ended up bringing him on, and we're cool, because I think I called him some shit when you and I did, because I never was like a fan of him on the channel, but when I met him, I was like, oh, he seems like a really genuinely like nice dude.
And with him, it's like, it just reminds me, like, do not operate your business like a fucking charity project, because he was somebody that was just so obviously fucked. And like, I put him on the channel because it was like, I thought that was kind of like an interesting narrative. Like, look at this guy, he's an ex-junkie, he's fucking addicted to banging prostitutes on Fig, he's just got like clearly got a few screws loose, he's chasing this battle rap dream. But then, you know, like, we brought him on the channel, and it's just like everybody on the channel was just viciously clowning him all the time. And I was the one telling people, I was the one sitting down with Almighty Suspect and saying, like, Suspect, you got to go easy on Lush. You can't just like be this mean to him. Because like, I remember there was like a freestyle thing where Lush rapped, And Suspect was laughing so hard, like falling out of his chair, and it was so funny. And I'm over here, I'm the one looking out for Lush, saying, Suspect, you can't treat him like that. Like, Suspect, you got to be nicer to him, whatever. T-Rail was fucking shitting on him left and right. He fucking hated him, and I'm kind of trying to, like, you know, navigate that. And you know, like, why was I going out of my way to help this guy? I never did one bad thing to this guy. And then, of course, all of his streams are about me because I'm the only successful person that he's ever been around in his entire life. I'm the only famous person that he's ever been associated with. So he has to talk about me or else nothing's ever going to move. My challenge to all of those guys, and I've said this before, is get 1 million views. Have an opinion. Have a thought.
Are you talking about on a specific video?
Make a video that gets 1 million views. Have a thought. Have an opinion. Do something. The stipulations are, you can't get 1 million views talking about me. That's not going to do it. There's not 1 million people who care that much about any of these ex-hosts talking about me. Or, you know, get an interview. Talk to somebody who's like really interesting and get 1 million views. That's my challenge to every single one of them.
Well, I think
you will have proven to me that you successfully left the nest when you get 1 million views. Because I could tell you that last month, I got 50 million views on my YouTube channel. And this is like, people talk about a sinking ship. All of these channels combined are maybe 10% of the views that I get in a month, and I'm a sinking ship. This is what these people actually want you to believe. It's a bullshit narrative. They were never mistreated while they were on the channel. I was always transparent about pay. I was always like very, open to having discussions about what the future of the channel was going to be. So that is the one thing that really bothers me, is just this bullshit victim narrative that was painted on the way out. But I don't think that people are falling for it anymore. The channel's doing way, way better. We're crushing it right now. And I have tons more great ideas. And at the end of the day, you need money to go to war. And I got a lot of it. And I can't speak.
I mean,
for
I don't think
anyone
they
else.
want to. I mean, I would hate to see like a war. I mean, obviously,
But not
kind
war. To me, it's like there's a scoreboard.
Right.
And I'm way up, even though people tried to paint me as if I was way down.
Yeah, I mean,
we're way up.
But I do think it's important to acknowledge, like, community and back on Fig are successful. They're not maybe
They're
no
existing.
jumper successful, but
Thank you.
I think you have a head start. You know,
True.
you've been.
And I'm a GOAT.
I mean, look, yeah, of course, you have some of the
I've
most
proven
iconic
myself.
interviews of all time.
Listen.
I think you got to look at it as like through the scope of like these guys just started these channels, so it's
Right.
like, you know,
But they need to get 1 million views.
you know, have you watched Figmunity World?
No.
No, you never.
Well, I've seen some clips here and
Yeah.
there, yeah.
Yeah, I just think that like they're building something that they're, you know, and I just wish that there was less like I didn't like the way the whole split happened. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was bullshit.
But I think that both things can be true. They're successful, maybe not as successful as you, but again, you have a head start. But they're doing. I mean, I'm sure they're making much more money for their families, for themselves. Then would you acknowledge that? That they're probably making more money now than they were making with No Jumper?
Hell no.
You don't think so?
No.
Okay, so I'm not in the business. So I just know that they have sponsors. They got their own sponsor money coming in. Like, I don't know. I just feel like they're probably, and they might be okay even if they're making 75% of what they were making with you.
Oh, hell no.
You don't think so?
No. I mean, listen, a lot of people talk to me. A lot of people tell me things. I basically know like almost exactly how much money they make. And I feel bad that they had bad management that led them in the direction of walking away from, money that was very, very meaningful for an opportunity that realistically has not panned out yet. And
do you think there would ever be an opportunity for you guys to do a reunion show or go on each other's platforms in the future? Is that out of the realm of possibility?
For me, I'm looking towards the future. So is it possible? I guess anything is possible, but I just got a lot of good things going for me right now. I'm really focused on, and I don't really feel the need to sort of go back in time,
And obviously, shout out to Brick Baby. Brick Baby's
Brick Baby better.
amazing.
Why be better and Brick Baby better? Be better.